Hey everyone, it's Dan Hardy here, and in today's going to be reviewing the 2024 Hyundai Tucson. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Murdoch Hyundai here in Linden, Utah for giving me some time with this Tucson. I'm going to include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a naturally aspirated 2.5 liter 4-cylinder that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 23 around town and then 29 on the highway, with power outputs being 187 horsepower and then 178 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we go to the front end, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. Now, taking a look at the hood, you guys can see it's this cool, like, metallic gray. I really like the color. But anyways, I love the strong lines. And then coming down below, we've got the cool light design where that kind of bleeds into the grille in terms of how everything is shaped. And you got the headlight action off to the side as well. And putting it all together, especially with this gray color, it looks really cool. Coming around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 235, 55, 19 in the front and over in the rear. And then you guys can see with the wheels, you got the silver on the top and then the metallic gray there in the center. And look at the cool little like cuts in the wheel. Pretty chunky fender flare action right there. And then you guys can see stuff like the mirror caps, body paint, and so the door handles. But notice the unpainted trim is also at the bottom. And then here's the full side view with the Tucson. You guys can see those body lines that crisscross, look pretty crazy. Now taking a look at the key fob, we have our unlock and lock function, the opening for the hatch, remote starts, and then the Hyundai logo on the back. Now taking a look at the cargo area, it's very spacious in the back of the Tucson. It's one of the big benefits of just this segment of crossover. But yeah, the Tucson's definitely great. Got a 12 volt here in the back as well. And you got these latches right here on either side to throw down the seats if you need even more storage space here in the rear. When you're all done, just press this button and that will lower the hatch right back down. Really cool taillight design. Notice how that kind of goes into a light bar, and then you guys can see all the badges here on the back as well. And finishing things up, let me know what you guys think about the design here on the Tucson. Taking a look at the door panel, you guys can see the trim that goes across and the cloth trim right there. And then look at the handle. It's also pretty cool. Nice looking seats, perforated all down the center portion. Got some adjustment action there on the side too. Legroom here in the back's really good. Got a little storage pocket, got some vents, USB action as well. And of course, we have a cup holder armrest. And then last but not least, headroom's good. Now taking a look at the front door panel, you guys can see the trim there at the top and the cloth trim down below, and then the padding where you can rest your arm. All of the window controls here, we do have our mirror adjustments, and then the mirrors do have blind spot monitoring. And then here's the front seat, again perforated all down the center portion. Power adjustments here on the side, and then you guys can see for the hatch, and then the stability control, and then the steering wheel is manually adjustable. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, soft touch all around. We've got practical controls on the front for stuff like the adaptive cruise control, the steering assist, voice command controls, all of that. And then you have your regular stocks there on the back. Got this digital gauge cluster, which we can use to scroll through some different menus. Sorry about the camera focus, it's kind of struggling a little bit, but you can see different bits of info on the vehicle, and then you can also change the drive modes. Cool thing is the sport mode gives you a fun little animation, as you can see. Now we just have a traditional backup camera here with trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel. Notice how it's got the map view there on the other side of the screen. But as for the infotainment system itself, it responds well. It's easy to use overall, and I mean everything just, it's kind of self-explanatory there. Notice there's some vents there at the top, and then you got climate controls down below. This does actually have dual zone climate. And actually popping up top, it's soft touch here at the top, which is cool, and you can see the trim that goes across. I think that also looks very fancy. Got some USB action here with some 12 volt action. Also have a wireless phone charging pad. Shifter for that 8-speed automatic transmission. Drive mode select here, and then this is going to be hard to see because of the glare, so bear with me for a moment. You guys can see we've got our center locking differential, hill descent control, auto hold, that's for the camera system, blank switch action, and then your auto stop start. This does come with heated seats. We also have a center console. Pretty nice padding there, and on the topic of storage, glove box is also pretty spacious. And then up top we get our control here for the sunroof, regular sunroof here, nice cloth headliner. Now here's a look at our window sticker for this Tucson. You guys can see all the standard equipment. Base MSRP $30,900, after all options $35,340. Let's see how it drives. Let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's visibility of the hood, both the mirrors, steel blast monitoring throughout the rest of the rear, and Tucson away. By the way, just a funny thing. So for me to remember how to spell Tucson from when I was younger, I'd always pronounce it Tucson. So yeah, I don't know. I thought I'd mention that since we're reviewing a Tucson. I thought it was funny. Anyways, padding here. Maybe I need to, by the way, maybe I need to add like the Seinfeld laughs or something like that. Or not this, it was in, yeah, it was in Seinfeld, and then also in Friends. I'll have the laughs in the background, the fake laughs whenever I make stupid jokes. There you go. Turn this into a sitcom. But seat comfort's pretty good here. And I'm reviewing this back to back with a Palisade and a Santa Cruz. Now the Santa Cruz is just the truck version of the Tucson. So it'll be interesting to see if they, well, how differently they drive from each other. But I will say right off the bat, suspension's not as comfortable as in the Santa Cruz, which is interesting. But yeah, when you're on flat pavement, I mean, it's pretty fine. Just over the bumps, the Santa Cruz seems to be better at absorbing those little bumps. That's a cool Gen 1. Yeah, smooth with the powertrain too. Pop it into the sport mode. Yeah, it just kind of has your normal crossover feel. There's a stop sign, sir! But let's see what the acceleration's like. Not bad, not fast, but not bad. Yeah, it's actually, I mean, that was pretty impressive. I mean, for at least for what this is, right? Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty comfortable car on normal roads, which is what 99.99% of people will use this for. I mean, it's pretty good with the get up and go. So to sum things up here with the Tucson, I think it's comfortable. I guess the seats are comfortable. I like this interior. Again, this isn't even a fully loaded one. This is kind of like your middle of the line package, and that's the thing that's impressive about modern Hyundais is even the middle of the line packages feel high quality, upscale. And yeah, it drives well. You know, obviously this, you know, competes with Toyota RAV4, Honda CR-V. My thoughts is it just feels more upscale than those. Now I will say the RAV4 has more power from its engine, but none of the crossovers in the segment feel fast with this area. The only time you start to feel fast is when you get like Tucson Hybrid, that's pretty fast. Mazda CX-5 Turbo, that's pretty dang fast. But yeah, these entry-level ones, they're more about fuel economy, affordability, rather than speed. So let me know your thoughts on the Tucson, and let me know if you'd rather get this, the CX-5, or the CR-V, or the RAV4.